So for today's breakdown video, we're going to take a look at the 54-yard touchdown pass from Brock Purdy to Deebo Samuel during the Week 14 victory by the San Francisco 49ers over the Seattle Seahawks. And the reason I wanted to take a look at this play is because the actions that occur kind of reminded me of the old NCAA 14 game, the old NCAA games, or some of the older Maddens where if you called four verticals, you might open up against the defense because the secondary wouldn't play their responsibility or play deep enough and just allow the receivers to run by them. And that's kind of what happens here. Let's go ahead. Before we run the play, you're going to see motion by McCaffrey. He's going to stop right here. And then at the snap, he's going to run as though he's going vertical. And he's going to break down and then work to the inside. You're going to have Deebo Samuel just run to the opposite numbers. That's all he does. He doesn't run at anybody. He's just running at that angle immediately. You're going to get a vertical, stay outside the hash, vertical go route by Brandon Ayuk. You're going to have Jennings come up. He's going to run a curl. Kittle's going to help basically chip and then work out to the flat. And this play really takes advantage of the coverage that the Seahawks are running. And contrary to what they typically run, usually they're a cover 3 team. They're matching, things like that. And it was even talked about in the broadcast that they were running cover 3. This isn't cover 3. They are running cover 4. And how we know that they're running cover 4 is because at the snap, neither safety, Quandre Diggs, or Jamal Adams, neither of them will rotate down and rotate to the middle of the field. Instead, they're just going to stay deep and covering a quarter. You're going to get deep here by the corners. You're going to have a blitz by both of our backers, Brooks and Wagner. And then we're going to get dropouts to underneath to where it's 4 deep, 3 under. So that's cover 4. If it had been cover 3 or cover 3 match type, it would have been 4 under, 3 deep. So that's how we know that it is not, because no one's rotating to the middle of the field. And honestly, if it had rotated to the middle of the field, let's say Quandre had rotated to the middle of the field, probably would have worked out better for the Seahawks because he would have seen Deebo's route and been able to jump it, making it a tougher throw for Brock Purdy. What's going to happen is you're going to see Jamal, he's going to kind of he's not going to really drop, and he's going to kind of sit, and then against Jennings, he's going to kind of sit, look, but he's going to keep looking to his left. But by the time he realizes that Deebo's just running right by him, it's too late. And Deebo kicks in that extra gear. Brock really leads it out there for him, and it's a touchdown. So let's watch from the end zone view so you guys can see what happens. You watch Adams' head, because this is how this play occurs. I think he thought that maybe Deebo was going to try and run an over route over the curl, and instead he just goes right by him. And the reason that this play is really effective against the coverage that the Seahawks are running is because you have a split of the safeties that's middle of the field open, and that's where Deebo's running. He's just running right up the middle of the field, and if Adams doesn't drop back like this, that's what's going to happen. You just put the ball over him. It's pretty easy. Like I said, that's why it feels kind of like what you see when you play those older football games from EA Sports and call the 4 verts, that the receiver is just able to run freely. And we'll just run it one more time so you guys can see it as I talk. That's just way too easy, especially at the NFL level. And later in the game, the 49ers do call this play again. Looks like the Seahawks are more in man, cover 1 look. They're able to cover it and not let a big play occur. But fortunately for them, this allowed the 49ers to take the lead. The 49ers will win the game 28-16. And I just want to talk about this play because it gives you a good example of sometimes you just have great calls for the right coverage that the opposing teams are calling. Hopefully you learned a little bit from this video. If you did, please make sure to let me know what your thoughts are down below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you're enjoying this type of content, please make sure to subscribe. I do want to give a shout out to all of our booster members. They're the ones who are supporting us. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, make sure to join as a booster member or above. On the end screen, there will be another recommended video. That was most likely going to be a breakdown. Make sure to check that out. We'll see you next time.